guys, it's Aisha.
And it's Stephanie. So welcome to the very first episode of our Yeronga State High School Podcast,
Quick Chat.
Today we have Mr. Fisher.
Hi.
And Miss
Andrews. And they'll be here today because, well, we spend 11,000 hours at school. Every student in Australia. So that's a long time to be spending at school with strangers, basically, our teachers. Teachers are strangers.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, so I feel like it's really beneficial if we all know our teachers a little better. We have a little segment called Expose the Photos, and what we've asked the teachers to do is to bring in an interesting photo about themselves, and they can tell us all about themselves.
Yeah.
Right, who would like to kick us off?
All right, I'll kick you all off. So
I
will kick you all off. So I'll hand my picture over.
Oh, Andrews, please describe the picture to us.
The picture is of me in the snow. I had broken my arm.
Broken
Yes.
arm.
So I was snowboarding down Mount Buller in Victoria.
Oh, I've been to Mount Buller.
Yeah, very nice. I really liked the area. I was snowboarding, and then halfway down I fell and used my hand to break the fall. Yes, and broke my arm. But I was still on the mountain, so I had to then snowboard back down to my friends with my broken arm.
What a trooper.
Wow.
Yeah.
I would say you look a little happy right there. You look
I actually was quite happy. I think it was like
So that's actually
moment.
you with your broken...
Yeah, that's me with my broken arm. My friend took a photo. And then I got rescued on one of those people on the ski machines. Yes. I tried to find a photo of that.
Where on your arm did it break?
But
Where
I
was the
couldn't. Here.
Oh.
So you actually see I have a scar because I had to get surgery.
Wow.
Apparently they don't heal after you're like over 18, by the way, guys. So once you break arms past 18, you pretty much have to get surgery on it.
Oh, damn.
Wow.
But yeah, so I guess that is me because I love to travel. Huge on traveling. I love snowboarding. And I guess I do look happy in that picture. So even when I injure myself, I always see the bright side of it. Yeah. And
So, I will have to ask, if you like skiing so much, why are you here in Brisbane? I don't see there's any snow here.
Oh, yeah.
There
Good
isn't,
question.
which sucks.
Yeah.
But I travel. So I've been to Queenstown, and then I've been to Perisher, which is down there, Mount Buller. And then, I want to go to Korea and Japan in December.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, and go snowboarding there. And also South Korea and Japan are amazing. So I'd really love to go there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Got any friends, companions tagging along?
Yes, so far, but we'll see. You always plan things with your friends.
Yeah.
And then push comes to shove. But I do have a few friends that are very keen. If not, we're thinking Vancouver. So
Okay.
two options that we have in December.
so cool.
Yeah.
Right, now I do have to say, it's a little unrelated topic, but I feel like it's really important that I make this commentary. But yeah, so when you first came to Yeronga, you were like, oh wow, there's this new Asian teacher, because we don't have many Asian teachers here. And then I know some of my friends in legal studies, class, they're like, oh, we have an Asian legal studies teacher. And it was such a momentous occasion for me to see myself and one of my friends represented in in the staff body, and that's really cool. It's an awesome thing to see happening.
I think Yeronga as a whole is very multicultural, so it's awesome as someone that comes from an Asian background to come in and just see that, which has been really cool.
Yeah.
But if you are about to ask where I'm from, that's totally fine. So my mum's Singaporean. So she's
Malaysian.
Oh, so we're pretty much cousins. We're pretty much related at this point. So my mum's Singaporean, and then my dad is Australian, white Australian. Yeah, so they actually met through the Defence Force. So my mum was in Singapore Air Force, and my dad was Australian Air Force.
Oh,
so
that
there
is
you
so
go.
cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's my background. Unfortunately, I don't speak Mandarin. Only English.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
There you go.
Awesome. Mr. Fisher.
Hello, I'm here representing the balding fat student population. I'll quickly show my photo. I'm not sure if you need to take that one as well.
Can I guess what this photo
You
is?
sure can.
This is you when you were in your 20s.
Ooh, wow.
Exactly looking exactly like that. That was just a perfect depiction of
It's just a random photo of me on the street.
Yeah, it's just you coming out of the bar or something. Like.
So no, the thing about this photo for me is it represents so much of who I am. It sounds really weird. So this is me in 1990 when I was in grade.
How old are you?
I'm 49 now, going on 50. Yeah, I know. Fat pushes out the wrinkles.
Yeah, well.
But this was me in 1990 playing Fagin in the musical Oliver when I was at high school. So the reason it represents so much, is that there are people from this production that are still very good friends of mine. It was also when I was thin and could play a character like Fagin. The cane that I'm using is my father's cane, so that has a special significance to me. But also, one of the things that's really significant about that role for me was on the very last night of the performance, I stuffed up majorly. I actually crashed and burned. There's a song called Reviewing the Situation, and it has 5 verses where Fagin as a character is on stage totally and utterly by himself with just the band, and I forgot the middle 3. And not just forgot, made up the words, but went...
You didn't review the situation?
I reviewed nothing. My editor was not happy. No, but it was one of the most embarrassing moments as a performer, because I worked professionally as a performer before I became a teacher, and this was sort of the birth of it. And to have a moment where, being on stage, I didn't know what to do, and I apologised to the audience out of character and all this sort of stuff. My father, who owned the cane, was in the audience, and he's quite a strict guy, and he for anyone who's heard me yell in class at them, I got my voice from him, so he also can be very critical. So his memory of me in that musical was forgetting the words. So it's kind of a thing that's stuck in my memory, and not that you have to be perfect, but that you almost that you can get through things. And I had the chance of being back in the same musical last year, and I played a different character. Mr. Bumble was going to be my character, who, if you know the musical, he was the big guy that runs the orphanage. And a week before, I had problems with my heart and I had to drop out. Okay. So I had this whole thing where I was going to go back on stage in Oliver, and I was going to remember it all, and it was going to clear the past away, and I couldn't do it.
Right.
So
you had like a double, like a villain arc. Like your first villain arc didn't quite like shoot through, so now you have like a second villain arc.
Yeah, but
that is true.
But this is why it's also a great reminder for me, because in that musical were my 2 kids, and in not this musical obviously, but in the second one that I had to pull out of, they were in it. They didn't have major roles, but they were in it. Yeah, so I got to see my kids perform in a musical that had a lot to do with me. It's a nice little sort of, you talked about an arc, it's kind of an arc, but there is still a happy ending ultimately. It represents all sorts of things.
How do you pick yourself up and go back on stage after that moment?
The silly thing about it for me is it doesn't matter how I'm feeling and what's going on in my life, my happy place is the stage. I could be having the worst day of my life, but knowing that I've got to get up on stage and performing the second I get on stage, and I'm playing whatever the character is, and then the character could be Fagin, or it could be a different, or it could be me as a singer, or it could be me as a whatever. That's where I'm happy. So
escapism in a way.
Kind of, but it's
escape.
A lot of most of my time on stage is me being me, but kind of turned up. So escapism, but at the same time, it's
not in a negative way.
No, definitely not.
It's a way to get out.
It's where I get to entertain people, where I get to make other people smile, and I love it. I love that sort of thing.
I'd love to see you on stage.
Yeah. You, by all means.
You turned up.
Hire me. Yeah, me turned up. You've seen me normal, wherever that would be, but me turned up can be a bit different.
Well, we have plays like every 2 years.
So. I know, I heard. And one of my favourite ones at the moment is Matilda, which you did last year, I think.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So I missed out.
I will have to admit, sir, Mr. Fisher.
Thank you.
Never met a royalty, so Lord.
Yeah, so if you're watching this, I don't like to be called sir, and I especially don't like to be called Mr.
Oh my god.
Because Mr. is something that you use if you're watering pot plants. You use a mister.
Can I call you Stuart then?
For the purpose of this podcast, and if you maybe saw me in public or we worked on the same show together, sure.
Stuart? Nice
Sure.
to meet you, Stuart.
Lovely to meet you, student.
Well,
No, sorry.
Stuart, I will have to say, Stuart.
Wow, you're really milking that.
After I emailed you, Stuart,
Yes.
I couldn't resist myself, and I immediately typed your name up into Google. And, and obviously, I found some incredibly interesting about you, Stuart.
What have you found?
Detective.
I went through your Instagram account. I have to say, I was there stalking you till like at night. I was like, it was kind of creepy, but
I'm
it
impressed.
was.
I'm violated.
You are.
Hey, what's on the internet? We know this,
Yeah, well-
kids, right? What's on the internet is
She
there.
did it to you too, Kim.
Did you find much?
I didn't actually do it to you.
Oh, did
I
it?
didn't actually do it to you.
Sorry.
That's a bit.
Sorry, I feel really.
No,
I don't know.
that's okay.
I don't think I did. I
Good luck.
When I go home today,
I will
will
literally
Because
stalk
I have
you.
very much tried to make it quite private.
Okay, well,
This
I'll
will
see.
be
You
very good.
can't underestimate us.
Yeah. No, I don't.
find
I think you
so
could
many
find me, but what could you find?
Oh.
So, what did you find, by the way?
Okay, I have to say, there's some commentary about your Instagram page. What happened to that robot? That robot that didn't fail? That balancing?
Oh, the balancing robot?
Did it actually end up working?
Yeah, look, it's a legitimate project you can do with Lego robotics that I actually did in one of my prac schools with some of my kids. And it is, if you've ever seen like a Segway scooter, the things that can balance on their own, it was an attempt at that using essentially. It worked to a degree, but my job with that was to get the students to make it work. And
But you couldn't make it work.
look, do you know what? And this is the thing. I spent 21 years plus as a comedian. I know that failure is funnier than success. So when things fail, I'm more likely to post that. Number of people that go, oh, that was terrible. And you go, yeah, I posted it. So
Okay. That's
it's
cool.
deliberate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What else do you want to know?
Well, your singing, it's pretty kind of cool.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, I love this chandelier thing. I love
Oh my God, you really did do a
I
good job.
did! I
So
am
you-
a thorough person. I
Yeah.
have nothing else.
So that was part of a gig that I did, which was a celebration of Postmodern Jukebox, if you know who they are.
Yes.
Love
yes.
Postmodern Jukebox.
Yeah.
So do you know what Postmodern Jukebox is? A group from the States that do modern songs but in old style, so old jazz. They started primarily as old jazz, which is what I trained as a singer in. And I was part of a show where we did selections from that, and I did Chandelier. I did I can't remember now. You might remember.
Royal.
Royals by Lord, and there was Mad World, but that was as a duo. So, but I've done a few. I've even got an original song on YouTube if you want to delve into it.
How's your psoriasis going, by the way?
My psoriasis is terrible, so
It's still bad.
that's part of it. And part of the reason I always wear long sleeves is because my arm gets a little bit dodgy. You can see the marks that it leaves. So yeah, psoriasis, no known cure, lots of treatment.
My friend has a psoriasis problem, really bad psoriasis problem. He went to like the beach like a few times a day and then like made it go away.
Yeah, look.
Really? The beach? The sun? The salt?
The salt, sorry, the
Salt-
seawater.
the salt and the
I
seawater.
was like...
I've heard that, and
Yeah,
I've heard
some
that sun
salts.
can help, but I've also heard that too much water and no sun is beneficial. There's so many conflicting opinions, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But you can see the tips of the fingers there as well that it happens on as well.
It's terrible.
I need to tighten my security on my social media by the sounds of it.
Yes, you do.
Pre-podcast coming
Yeah.
out. We're going to have a lot of kids adding you.
Awesome. Cool. Anything else you want to add?
I want to add, thank you for having me at not just the podcast, but the school. I mean, quite literally, before I came here, I've been doing entertainment full-time for like 14 years. And all of a sudden here, I'm surrounded by people, whereas when I'm doing entertainment, I'm on stage by other people. But for the most part, I'm by myself at home preparing. So it's been a huge shift, but for the most part, people have been sensational.
What a blessing to have a teacher who can amuse.
Oh, but I get angry too.
Yeah, but that's funny as well. Like, as someone who listens and like to the teachers, watching another kid get told off, it's pretty.
Do you listen to the teachers? Nerd.
I did say I
No,
do.
you trust me. Nerds are the best. I was a nerd. I was a big nerd. Anyway.
Awesome.
Cool. No, other than thank you for having me. It was nice. Good to get to know you too. As
Yeah.
well. I haven't met you yet. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Stuart. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow, we're really milking that.
Alright, and that concludes our very first podcast of Quick Chat. Woo.
Can I say it with you?
Woo!
Yeah, okay, ready? 3, 2, 1.
Quick Chat!
A man's got a heart, hasn't he? Joking apart, hasn't he? And though I'd be the first one to say that I wasn't a saint, I'm finding it hard to be really as black as they paint. I'm reviewing the situation. Can a fellow be a villain all his life? All the trials and tribulations. Better settle down and get myself a wife. And a wife would cook and sew for me and come for me and go for me and go for me and nag at me. The finger she will wag at me. The money she will take from me. A misery she'll make from me. I think I better think it out again. A wife you can keep anyway. I'd rather sleep anyway. Left without anyone in the world, and I'm starting from now. So how to win friends and to influence people? So how? I'm reviewing the situation. I must quickly look up everyone I know. Titled people with a station who can help me make a real impressive show. I will own a suite at Claridge's and rave a feet of carriages and wave at all the duchesses with friendliness as much as is befitting of my new estate. Good morning to you, magistrate. I think I better think it out again. So where shall I go? Somebody? Who do I know? Nobody. All my dearest companions have always been villains and thieves. So at my time of life, I should start turning over new leaves. I'm reviewing the situation. If you want to eat, you've got to earn a bob. Is it such a humiliation for a robber to perform an honest job? So a job I'm getting possibly. I wonder who my boss will be. I wonder if he'll take to me, what bonuses he'll make to me. I'll start at 8 and finish late at normal rate and all. But wait, I think I better think it out again. What happens when I'm 70? Must come a time. 70. When you're old and it's cold and who cares if you live or you die? The one consolation's the money you may have put by. I'm reviewing the situation. I'm a bad 'un and a bad 'un I shall stay. You'll be seeing no transformation, but it's wrong to be a rogue in every way. I don't want nobody hurt for me or made to do the dirt for me. This rotten life is not for me. It's getting far too hot for me. I don't want no one to rob for me, but who will find a job for me? There is no in-between for me, but who will change the scene for me? I think I better think it out again.